that dog. If a man uses a dog to keep you from what is yours, kill that dog. Violence is the last domain of the downtrodden. Frederick Douglass said, power concedes nothing without demand. There is an implicit power behind any demand, or it has no value. The only true power of the powerless is violence, or the potential for violence. It must be a possibility when power is unbalanced. You must understand that I may rise against you, and that our very existence becomes part of the negotiation. I have threatened no one. Instead, I have merely pointed out that your power resides in the size and force of the state, and that I am at the mercy to your penchant for fairness. My power, all that I have in the face of the corporation, remains, if pressed, defiance. The corporation must understand that I know the hypocrisy of their supposed order and the refuse it pretends as solid foundation. Do I argue for my existence against all of that? Or does calling forth their shame and infallibility only make it easier for them to get rid of me? The assertion of one's freedom always creates greater opportunities for their destruction, leaving the oppressed and ignorant ultimately free in their limited faith.
Philosophy, really. Show us a single benefit to your existence.
If I may.
By all means.
The question is definitely an impossible one. It is, for one, impossible in that no man can adequately proclaim his right to exist to another. Do I have a right to exist in this society? The question is fully one of perspective, and perspectives are, by their very nature, biased and limited. It is those bias and limits, however, that become the essence of my defense. There is but one difference between us. This flesh is nothing, except that the history of man is the inability to refuse to look beyond the flesh, and failing that, nationality and the soul. Instead, we separate ourselves, subdividing the world down to smaller and smaller parcels that our wounded and frightened hearts may digest, until all that is left is the individual, alone and separated from all others. And now, at the end of all that, I stand here before this court. Before the corporation, but also at the edge of a history that's yet to be written. But the question is, will the history yet to unfold be written in blood as it was in the past? The answer to that question is fundamental to realizing the lessons mankind has learned from history. But the question that pertains to me, to the vast difference between you and I, between all of you and I, and between my ancestors and all who sought by purpose, silence, or ignorance to oppress them, boils down to this: I must justify my right to exist. Men must tolerate men by right of agreement. You must know that my rights are inviolable, and that no man may give another man rights. For if you can give those rights, then you may take them away. No one gives me my rights. They are mine. And if taken away, they are stolen, and that is the difference. Hence the words of Malcolm X: kill that dog. I have done nothing. This right to exist is mine by virtue that I am. And if you remove that right, then it is you who have committed the real crime.